Palma. Oh,
Oh,
pass. That's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
To the
oh, wow.
Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Malonia is open. 3-point. Oh my goodness! Face a jumper by Robin Senes. Batangero has time. Now it gets started. Also turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness!
More basketball coming your way dito po sa loob ng San Andres Sports Complex sa lungsod ng Maynila. As it's time now for the third game of our Monday triple header. And Robbie Manalang, it's been an up and down season for him so far despite averaging the most minutes para dito sa Pasig City. And they will take on Levi Hernandez who has taken the mantle as the leading scorer para dito sa Tanduay Rum Masters. It's Pasig City going up against Batangas City, Tanduay Rum Masters dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Ken Panglinan with Javi Palanya, and at courtside we have Miss Mika Abisamis. Javi, somehow may uncertainty for Batangas City early on. They were at 1.3-4 but now they have won 3 of their last 4 games.
Yeah, it's very important that they get on a groove here at this point of the season. Natapos na yung early struggle sila at mabuti nila maaga nila nakita yon. So now it's important that they stay consistent and avoid those pitfalls once again as they move forward into the season.
Pasig though has won their last 2 games after a 5-game losing skid. And of course, you're watching us live on our official Facebook page and YouTube channel. And now let's turn to the side of the Pasig City na it's been up and down heavy. 2-0 pagsisimula nila and then 5 sunod-sunod na pagkatalo. But even that last loss against Binyan, I felt like that was a turning point for them because they performed well despite that loss, and as a result, they have won the last 2 games, including this one against Parañaque.
You're right. I think that game against Binyan gave them the confidence and that gave them the ability to tell themselves that, hey, we can actually keep it step with the good teams in the league. In the last 2 wins that they've had, including this win against Parañaque, the last one was against Bataan. That one went into overtime. Bataan and Parañaque are not pushovers of a squad. Parañaque, of course, their record doesn't really speak for how good their roster actually is, but they were able to make it work, and Pasig City certainly dominated Parañaque in that game from start to finish, and multiple guys really churning in good numbers para sa kupunan ni Coach Aldrin Morante sa laro na yun.
And Pasig City gunning for their 3rd straight victory, and they will take on the Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters. And almost similar fashion in this game kontra sa Sarangani. And they raced to a 21-11 lead. But there were some lulls here and then. Nakita natin Sarangani was able to come back a bit here. But Batangas, with a strong finishing kick in the 4th quarter, able to get the job done here.
Levi Hernandez came alive para sa kanila, led them with 20 points in this game. They led by that same number as well sa laro na to against Sarangani. Although their 3-point shooting wasn't really good, they were only able to convert 6 out of 18 shots from the outside. Something concerning for Coach Solo Villanueva moving forward is the turnover story para dito sa Batangas City. They have to be able to keep their turnovers below 10 as much as possible because the other teams like to take advantage of this, and Batangas City gets demoralized when they see themselves turning the ball over and the other teams get to convert off of this. So important that they take care of the basketball and also defend well. They stay disciplined, they get good chances of winning games.
Cholo at the helm, and let's see which team can grab their 3rd straight victory here. It's Pasig versus Batangas City in our 3rd game. Let's go to Richard Campos at the introduce the starters.
It's a Pasig City against Batangas City at the San Andres Sports Complex. Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Join me in welcoming for the starting lineups. Introducing first the Pasig City. Playing center number 6, Lester Reyes. At guard number 7, Robbie Manalang. Forward number 10, Mark Montuano. Point guard number 11, Keith Pido. And at forward number 28, Chito Jaime. The head coach is Aldrin Morante. Assistant coaches J.R. Villanueva, Lance Ingo, and Richard Rosales. The team owner is Mr. Buddy Encarnado. And for the MPBL inaugural season champion, Batangas City Tanduay Ram Masters. At forward number 43, Jexter Apinan. Coming in at center number 7, O'Neil Arim. At guard number 8, Kai Oliva. Power forward number 24, Mark Cruz. And at 2 guard number 22, the sniper de Mexico, Levi Hernandez. Their head coach is Cholo Villanueva. His assistants are J.R. Aquino, Warren Capitan, John Arenas, and Dino Enrile. Assistant team manager Gilbert Alea. Team manager Gina Labanza. Team owner Lucio Tan III.
Starting 5 brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Pasig City with a backcourt of Keith Pido, Robbie Manalang, up front Lester Reyes, Mark Montuano, and Chito Jaime. Batangas City with Art Oliva, Levi Hernandez at center, Mark Cruz, forward spots O'Neil Arim and Jexter Apinan. Pasig City in white, Batangas City in their black threads. By the way, our referees for this ball game, Mike Kinay, Armando Abuanda, Marlon Rentoria, and Manuel Binondo is our 4th man. Mr. Reyes, Mark Cruz to jump it up at center court. And ball ends up with, as Oliva and Montuano try to go for that possession, it will be Pasig City with the first possession here. Robbie Manalang is guarded by O'Neil Arim. And early pressure here by Batangas.
Yeah, you don't usually see that coming from the Tanduay Ram Masters. Usually, they start doing this midway through the first quarter, but trying to introduce themselves early on here defensively. And also, they recognize that Pasig City doesn't really have a deep lineup in terms of their point guards.
Yeah.
So tinatry nilang pagurin agad yung mga gwardiya nitong Pasig City by pressuring deep into the backcourt.
And at times, Christian Rivera has had to play the point guard spot para dito sa Pasig. Although he's been capable. Levi Hernandez, automatic from free.
And of course, very logical that in your very first offensive possession, the first play is set up for your leading scorer, Levi Hernandez. Simple handoff on top. Defense was not right in front of him. Trailing behind. Knocking down that 3-point shot to si Levi Hernandez.
Art Oliva getting another start here for Batangas City.
I think this is his 3rd straight game starting for Coach Cholo Villanueva.
Check sa Apinan. Hand off. Hernandez back to Apinan. 2-man game. But can't get it to go. Chito Jaime the rebound. Robbie Manalang. That's O'Neil Arim. The switch. Mark Cruz in front of Robbie Manalang. Robbie pulls up. 3-point shot. No good. Oliva grabs the board for the Tanduay Ram Masters. Apinan. Top of the key. Hernandez drew a foul on Chito Jaime. It's in the act. 3-point shot.
Oh, his hand was definitely inside that cylinder. And Hernandez is so good at that. When he feels that there's contact, you see here where Chito Jaime's right hand is, ayun o, kapit na kapit dun sa braso. Hernandez has that good feel when his defender is on his shooting arm or on his offhand.
Sniper Demeco at the line. It's Cholo Villanueva. 15.8 points per contest. Leading his team in scoring so far. Although the free throws are only 63.2%. And 2 out of 3. Just around his average. And we would like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Kipido. Now the trap. Oh, and they force another turnover.
That's the second time they've been able to force a turnover off of that backcourt pressure.
5-0 start.
But Keith Pido was left to try and decide what to do against a couple of defenders who were waiting to trap him.
Oliva on the left side. Apinan, the cut. Layup is good. High off the glass and in. 7-0 start for the Realm Masters. Another steal. Apinan just grabbing and going. Now the pass inside. Mark Cruz. And forcing the hand early by Coach Aldrin Morante. Check out this play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Batangas City basketball at its finest. Defense to offense. Apinan setting up. Mark Cruz. Easy basket underneath. 9-0 start for the Rum Masters.
And Pasig City desperately needs this timeout. Fan of the game is brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. And Batangas City jumping out to a 9-0 start. And let's get a report first from Ms. Mika Abisamis.
Maraming salamat. This season has been a roller coaster situation for Batangas. No? Sabi nga ni Coach Tolo, panalo, talo, panalo, talo. Buti na lang their last few games, they got wins and that gave the boys some confidence. Because of which Coach Cholo obviously dissatisfied. I asked him for his reasons for that. He said 2 things. Number 1, inconsistency. The guys need consistency going against what Coach Cholo calls a classic MPBL veteran team in Pasig, having experienced players in every position. Sabi niya, naku, pag nakahanap ng rhythm yan, that won't be good for us. Number 2, he said familiarity breeds contempt. Being together for so long, yes, may chemistry, but being too familiar is also a problem. He is challenged to think of something new for them each time. Speaking of something new, from Coach Cholo Camp, meron na siya ngayon Coach Cholo Court. He gifted his wife Agnes yesterday. She celebrated her birthday with a court in Pasay, no? A place that could host team practices and trainings come November. What a blessing for the Villanuevas. Ken and Javi.
Wow, that's an incredible gift. Grabe. But I'd like to address the elephant in the room. Just alluding to Mika's report about, the struggles, of course, of Batangas this season, Javi. I think you had a conversation with Coach Cholo about this, about how, yung unit nila ngayon, no? As we see that foul called, and that basket will count by Keith Pido. But going back, they've suffered multiple heartbreaks each and every year. They reached the South Division Finals 3 straight times. And despite the clamor of, say, add pieces or addition by subtraction, Coach Cholo is still sticking to this unit that they had. And nasubukan yan early on this season, Javi. They stumbled to a 3-4 start. They have won 3 of their last 4 games. But what do you think has been the reason, huge reason why itong Batangas has remained calm and collected heading into those stormy waters dito sa ating season?
Well, I do agree with Coach Cholo in that report by Mika. I like what he said there, that familiarity also breeds contempt, aside from the usual adage that it's jealousy that breeds contempt. Because when you get so used to being with a bunch of people for the same time, it just gets so simple. It just gets too plain at times, and you just want some different things happening. You want something because it gets boring also when you're with the same people for a long period of time at talagang pare-pareho na lang yung ginagawa nyo. You're just really going through the motions and there's nothing spectacular anymore in store for you. But they stay solid because it's also yung samahan na yun that keeps them grounded. Because despite that, dahil nga matagal na sila magkasama, pag napupunta na sila dun sa mga mahihirap na mga bagay at mga pagsubok, doon naman talaga pumapasok yung matagal ng pagsasama. Because in those times, I'm sure they will hold on to each other.
And it also reflects to the leadership of Coach Cholo Villanueva, having this group still together despite numerous heartbreaks, numerous disappointments, and you know, the trust of the players, and not only the players, the management as well, as they try to go into another deep playoff run this season. But boy, this is a fantastic start by the Rum Masters, 17-3, and we're just approaching the 6-minute mark of quarter number 1. And the thing about this run, Javi, is how disruptive itong Batangas City has been on that defensive side of the floor.
And I don't think they've shown this at any other point in time yet this season. But this is the Batangas City basketball I came to know when I first started covering the MPBL 3 years ago. This is the same type of disruptive defense that Coach Cholo Villanueva was proud to show game in and game out, especially in those times when his players had younger legs.
But hindi madaling kalaban ng Pasig. You've seen the games already. They were down by 10 against Bataan. And Coach Cholo recognizing to begin the game as he would like to look at this three-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. You see Levy Hernandez come off the screen again, burying a triple.
That's just a mortal sin. You can't go under a screen when you're playing Levy Hernandez defensively. You gotta try to follow and fight that screen or force him to veer away and make a different cut.
Puro veterano tong Pasig but they have really jumped out of the gates, making Pasig City uncomfortable from the get-go. At ito, turnover na naman laban dito sa tropang Pasig. Valoria puts up a three. That time, it will not work.
Puro veterano, but I think Coach Cholo recognizes that there's not really a lot of guys who can actually handle this type of intense pressure defense.
Galicia able to persevere underneath and score.
And that's exactly what Pasig City needs to do, to persevere under this type of pressure defense that Batangas City is showing.
They need to weather the storm. And down the line, can they find some cracks dito sa nilalaro ng Batangas City? But at the moment, they have been phenomenal. Fast break the game brought to you by Extreme X-Pop Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday Karaoke.
Mr. Do-It-All ni Coach Cholo. Ito si Jexter Rapinan. One of the best grab-and-go players here in the league.
Ambuluto in the paint. Off the window it goes.
His improvement through the years has really been impressive, from a guy that you wouldn't really expect to play heavy minutes to now being an important part of the rotation.
That was a better press break by Pasig City. Marlo Batak with a layup.
It's important that to fight this press and to get across it, you have to move that basketball and you have to move it quickly. Don't be settling on trying to dribble it out.
Ambuluto, handoff, Valoria. Importante. Swoops in for the offensive board, but that pass hit too strong. Batak had bad intentions. Had an open lane, but nonetheless, 8-second backward violation. Sorry, backward violation ang tinawag laban sa Batangas. 21-9, despite the struggles, Pasig can cut this lead down to 10 or even single digits. But the fadeaway jumper does not work for Jacob Galicia. CJ Isit, binigay kay King Importante. Valoria, humingi ng pick. Ambuluto fix the handoff. Before that pass, there was a foul against CJ. Exactly 3 minutes remaining. Batangas up by a dozen here, 21-9.
This is the more perfect opportunity for Pasig City to try and trim down this deficit. No Levy Hernandez on the floor. Jexter Rapinan is also on the bench. But just as I say it, Batangas City trying to prove me wrong. They force another steal, and then Isit turns defense into offense, playing the passing lanes here. Galicia didn't have a secure hold on the basketball, and then Isit leaning into Warlo Batak there to draw the foul, finishing on his strong hand.
Double block ay si Warlo Batak dun. Is free throated sa atin ng Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Lead up to 15, 24-9. Lester Tamayo. Christian Rivera, back to Tamayo. Again, Batangas intercepting that pass. Poking it out of bounds, 16 sa shot clock ng Pasig. Batak to trigger it in from the sideline. Gotta remember, against Binyan, they were also down by 15 early, but they were able to storm back. Talking about Pasig. So they're certainly capable of getting back into the ball game. But right now, they're in the midst of a paltry shooting from the field goal area, 4 out of 15.
That's just 28%.
Isit, bounce pass inside, Batak. Sorry, Galicia with a steal. Christian Rivera, sidestep, bit out of control. Batak recovers and scores. Back-to-back baskets by Warlo Batak.
That's why it's important that even if you have a guy who's good at finishing baskets on the break, there has to be someone still trailing the play. Last time it was two guys and Batak able to put it back in, but on the other side, they allow Ambuluto an easy look inside. Hockey assist by Isit, who was trapped on top. Importante with the quick feed, a little high-low after the two-man game. Ambuluto finishing the basket plus the foul.
That gamble by Rivera of going for the steal did not pay off. Ambuluto with a 3-point play opportunity. 6.4 points, 5 rebounds a contest for Ambo. Free throw no good. Batak off to the races. Has Valoria to beat. Skies high, and he gets clipped by King Importante.
Mahirap talaga pigilan si Warlo Batak pag nakabuelo na.
Si Jong Valoria pala yung pinituan ng foul.
I think they're gonna challenge.
Yeah.
Importante, must be very confident na hindi niya nahawakan.
Valoria though was called for that foul. Two guys challenging Warlo Batak in that sequence. Coach Cholo using his first challenge with a minute and 40 remaining here in quarter number 1. Batangas up by 15. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back for the result.
Upon review, the challenge made by Batangas City is successful. There was no foul on John Paloria.
Successful challenge, Coach Cholo Villanueva.
See here, sidestep by Batak. Oh, but apparently he was caught with his own arm.
Yeah.
He was trying to switch it to the left hand. Kaya it looked like from live view na na-clip either ni Importante or ni Baloria.
Defense into offense again for Batangas City. And Pasig has coughed up the ball 8 times already here in quarter number 1. Saw the fast break point, 7-0 in favor of the Rum Masters. 28-11. Gito Jaime to Christian Rivera. The denial on Robbie, but Manalang sticking to it. The cut, oh, that was a better execution for Pasig City.
This is exactly what Pasig City needs to do. Possession in, possession out. That ball has to move quickly and try to catch Batangas City's defense committing mistakes.
Off the leg of Lester Tamayo. Ball will stay with Batangas City. And now the assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory, feel more game with 1xBet.
You see, higher intensity pressure defense has more tendency for you to commit mistakes when you are playing that kind of defensive pressure. So Pasig City needs to quicken up that ball movement.
Nahuling tumulak si Lester Tamayo. Penalty na sila dito. So Ambo will go back to the free throw line.
Definitely a push from behind. Even from our vantage point, I saw it. There was an extension from the back.
John Ambuludto from Lambayong Sultan Kudarat. In his 4th consecutive season, Batangas City against Sarangani had 11 points and 6 rebounds, 60% from the field, 62.5% from the free throw line. Finally, able to sink in a free throw. It's 21-13, 40 seconds to go. Pasig City continues to have trouble bringing down the ball. Christian Rivera barely crossing the timeline. Lester Tamayo gets it in, plus a foul. That awkward finish leading to a basket.
See, Christian Rivera, might be too tall for a point guard, but so what? I mean, if he can set up his teammates like this, I would definitely have him distributing that basketball each time down the floor.
Tamayo completes the three-point play. 13 points separating these two squads. About a 5-second differential between shot and game clock. But King Importante decides to get to the cup. And Pasig City offering not much resistance on that trip. 7 seconds to go. Rivera, laban kay Importante. Christian attacks. Kick out. Tamayo again. Too strong. And the first quarter comes to a close. The Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters putting on a clinic in the first 10 minutes of game action.
Right from the get-go, Batangas City amped up the pressure defensively. It was crazy how they were able to force a lot of turnovers right in the first quarter. 8 turnovers right away para sa Pasig City. They're down by 15, 31-16.
Si Levi Hernandez ay patuloy na nagiging impressive, no, para dito sa Batangas City Tanduayra Masters laban sa Sarangani. 20 puntos, 5 rebound, 2 assists. Samahan mo pa 50% shooting from the field, 2 of 6 from free. Tonight, picking up from where he left off, perfect shooting from beyond the arc, Javi.
Well, credit also to his teammates because it has allowed him to really score the basketball without much effort. He's been moving well without the rock, but it's because of the screens being set by his teammates, the perfect handoff situations that he's seen himself in. The defense of Pasig City has given him some open looks going under screens in the handoff, and that's why mataas pa rin ang kanyang percentage. Still perfect from the field.
And as a team, mataas din ang porsyento nila from the field. 66% compared to only 36% para sa Pasig City. 3-point shooting, night and day din. 3 of 5 ang Batangas. And 0 of 6 before that 3-point conversion by Rocky Asidre para dito sa Pasig.
Now Pasig City realizes that they can indeed make shots, with the exception that they pass the ball quickly and really try to leave Batangas City in the dust each time down the floor when they commit this kind of pressure defense.
Lima ni Coach Aldrin, Lester Tamayo, Rocky Asidre, Robbie Manalang, Chito Jaime, and Wardo Batak. Batak tries a free, short, gets his own miss, goes up strong, and that's the strong suit of Wardo Batak. That attacking game really coming in handy on that last possession. Now we check out the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
A three-point shooting isn't exactly his strongest suit, but going for those loose balls, especially on the offensive glass, he has shown good nose for the basketball this season. Even one game, I think that was against Binyan, where 10 of his rebounds, half of those came from the offensive side.
And he was there in crunch time to si Warlo Batak, getting the repetitions that he needs. 33-22, backdoor, muffed by Robbie Manalang. Warlo Batak skying high, and he draws a foul.
Importante cannot believe it. He tried to hang in the air with Warlo Batak to no avail. You see here, you've got to stop the guy with the basketball. It was Warlo Batak on the way down. There definitely was body contact by King Importante. Hence, the 2 shots right now para kay Warlo Batak.
Suited up for Muntinlupa last season. Actually a good per minute scorer, no, to si Warlo Batak. Played for Bulacan State University. Tubong Malolos, Bulacan.
He has a nice future here in this league, and I want to see him improve on his ball handling ability. That way, he can create more opportunities for himself and for his teammates. Di na lang siya basta magiging energy player and a guy who is just there to bring in those loose balls.
Yeah, probably the youngest player in the roster apart from Coach Aldrin's son. Puro veterano nga to, gaya ng report ni Miga kanina. Oh, Rocky Asidre with his second triple of the ball game. And just like that, Pasig City is in the game, down by only 6 points.
If Pasig City can knock down 8 or more 3-point shots in this game, there is a high chance that this will be close down the stretch. Oh,
Bagsak si King at si Rocky. We have a foul here as we check out this 3-point shot earlier, brought to you by Extreme, the one-stop shop appliances.
something from way downtown there. Nobody in the vicinity of the shot. Rocky Asidre, I really believe that, you know, once he gets himself going, he is a deadly scorer.
At 1 point, Javi. Pasig City was down 28-11. But since then, it was a 16-5 run. Quarter scoring nga natin, 11-2. 7 minutes and 22 seconds remaining here in the second period. Press ni Levi Hernandez. Actually, long 2 yan. And he now has 13 points. Warlow Batak, undeterred! He gets the basket plus a foul! Oh my goodness, this guy.
Kid's been able to gather some confidence early on in this game. And now it's just beginning to increase. See here, almost going the full length of the floor against the Pinan and then going up against De La Virgen. Easy pickings.
Fast break the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere. And this guy has been everywhere on the floor. Warlow Batak also sinking his free throws. And it's down to a 5-point ball game just like that.
If he gets a handle kind of like maybe even just a Robbie Manalang,
Yeah.
but this kid is going to be a star here in this league.
Also the bendable jumper. Just like that, Mark Cruz. Ooh. Hernandez.
Wow, I'm surprised. These two were former teammates in college.
Exactly. Former Arellano standouts, Levi Hernandez and Rocky Asidre. But, you know, as they say, pag basketball, wala munang teammate. Wala munang former friend, former teammate.
Well, they were already having exchanges earlier, verbal exchanges, a little small hit here and there. But I just expected it to be some friendly banter between two former teammates. But apparently, somebody's taking it a little bit personal here.
Yeah.
Binagsakan na Siko. That was very clear. And you know, it's moments like this that Batangas has found itself in a bad position, because usually this happens when they're ahead, and opportunities like this give the other team a chance to get back into the game. Or pag nangyayari to, minsan nawawala sa kanila yung kalamangan, and you know, they eventually lose the game.
Yup, it's been upheld. An unsportsmanlike foul on Levi Hernandez.
Gusto pa
The
nga ni
one
Bruce
review, it
Body
was an
na disqualify
unsportsmanlike
dahil sa
foul on number
ulo tinamaan.
22, Levi Hernandez for excessive hard contact.
Sabi niya,
Second
hinahatak
foul on
siya.
Levi Hernandez.
Siya kasi binawian ng Siko. Sana hinawakan niya rin.
You know, that's a constant conversation. And Coach Cholo is also with Levi on this one. But constant conversation ni Levi sa ni Coach Cholo about Levi trying to keep his cool, especially in crucial situations.
He's very important to this team. He's the leading scorer of the squad this season. You can't let your temper get the best of you. You gotta keep your emotions in check. And by doing this, you don't only keep yourself in the game, you also make a good example sa iyong mga teammates.
Was body incarnado. Rocky Asidre could only manage to sink one free throw. So cuts the lead down to 6. 37-31. Bola sa panig ng Pasig. Warlow Batak, the impact that he has so far. Manalang has struggled. Hasn't really found his rhythm yet. Asidre has done so, and he knocks down another free. That's 3 3-pointers for Rocky Asidre.
You know, from the previous seasons, he has not gotten a lot of floor time. But Asidre, with this Pasig team, he has been an important part of this rotation. Nice to see these two guys going at it. Former Arellano Chiefs. Let's see the look on their faces, Ken.
Oh, the intensity really palpable right now between these two guys. Manalang, burst of speed, no. Swing pass, Gito Jaime leans in, That float shot will not drop. Kenny Halo also in now for Batangas City. De La Virgen. Great pass, great cut, and Jexter Apinan scores.
Diyan talaga mahirap depensa ng Batangas when they make the right read. It's those misdirection plays, those screens that they set, back picks, cross screens, whatever it is. When they execute it to a T, they're so hard to stop.
Batak thought about it. Against Kenny Halo, jab step, steps back, 3-point shot. Oh my goodness! Warlo Batak showing us the bag.
That's a confident take against a very dependable defender in Kenny Halo.
Warlo Batak with 15 points. Apinan, that pass too wide. Turnover against the Realm Masters.
Can't just really count out an Aldrin Morante coach team. See here, Batak really keeping them in the game along with Rocky Isidre. Those two guys have hit big shots here in the second quarter.
Isidre again, yes! Woo-hoo-hoo! How about that?
These two guys are flaming hot. Rocky Isidre. There you see Manalang giving it up in the corner. Hand was up, no problem. Rocky Isidre showing Levi Hernandez, what you can do, I can do better.
The 36-year-old bringing us the goods, and now Pasig City within 2 points, 42-40. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan a QR code and claim your special offer. And how about this one, Javi? Just when you thought. And Rocky Isidre, a huge reason why this is a whole new ball game. Last game against Parañaque, 13 points, 3 assists. And now, one-upping that one. 13 points just in this half. Perfect from 3-point distance, 4 makes from beyond the arc.
I love the fire I'm seeing from him. This competition with his former teammate Levi Hernandez has really challenged him to do a lot in this game, and there he gets the steal.
Batak though gets blocked by Kenneth Nicalo. And they're doing this with their leading scorers coming up empty so far. Chito Jaime has been non-existent. Mark Montuano has played sparingly so far here. Robbie Manalang, wala pa rin naiaambag dito. Chito Jaime peeks at the clock. Gives it back to Manalang for the lead. No good. De La Virgen will direct traffic now for Batangas. Same play, same bounce pass. But that time, Apinan can't convert. Tatakbo dito ang Pasig. Isidre, he's feeling it. Oh! Rocky Isidre gives Pasig City its first taste of the lead.
Mamma mia! Wow, Rocky Isidre. I haven't seen this in a while.
Manalang onto the front court. Isidre, extra pass to Jaime. They will reset their offense. Robbie, Batak on the right side. Natapik palabas. Tiken Ighalo.
This is crazy what we're seeing right now. Giving it up on the break. Isidre, a fake, one dribble, step to the side. Another bucket. That's all nylon from Rocky Isidre.
6 of 14. Make that 7 of 15. Off the glass and in. Chito Jaime.
It's become infectious, the shooting of Pasig City. Everybody feeling it right now, and that's Chito Jaime's first three-point shot of the game.
Another steal by Isidre. Picking the pocket of Hernandez for free. Jaime tried to keep that ball alive, but ball will go back to Batangas.
I would have lost my mind if that went in as well.
Boss Buddy standing up, and I'm sure he's pretty happy right now the way Pasig City is playing. Turnaround jumper by De La Virgen, no good. Tapi ka ng bola, it ends up with Apinan. Hernandez draws closer. Fouled up in the air by Lester Tamayo.
I didn't want to settle for the outside shot there as he was set up. Ito si Levi Hernandez got the ball where he usually gets it, right in that middle part of the floor. Right away, attacked the defense and fished for a foul.
Hernandez good on the first. It's 46-43. Levy 2 for 2. Back to a 2-point ball game. Chito Jaime gets it back to Warlo Batak. Manalang attacks. Setting up Lester Reyes. But gets it out to Warlo Batak for 3. Way off. Not really a shot. Apinan. De La Virgen. Drop pass inside. Mark Cruz scores.
They were out of sorts defensively there in Pasig City. Lots of guys not with the right man. And Batangas City took advantage of it.
Cross over by Robbie. Pull up. And finally getting himself on the board. He does have 9 assists, Javi.
Yeah, it's crazy. I only saw that now.
He's done a good job setting up his teammates. You know, particularly Rocky Isidre from beyond the arc. Manalang against MJ. Robbie working with Jaime. Now the switch. Attacking Apinan. Blows passes defense and scores off the glass.
He's taking his guard down on the dribble. Crossover, hesitation, and then the score with the scoop.
Hickser, great move of the game. Born for greatness.
Over the outstretched arms of the much taller Mark Cruz.
Ighalo, long 3, way off. One and done by Batangas. Manalang drops it off. Jaime way short, and ball will go back to Batangas City.
I didn't really have good touch of the basketball there on that pass that was left to him by Robbie Manala on the break.
Pasig City right now is living and dying by that 3-point shot. 50-46. Now they're up by 4. Levi Hernandez fires off the heel. Montuano the rebound.
They should go for the last shot.
A second difference between shot and game clock. Manalang putting the moves on against Mark Cruz. Nasupalpal ni Jexter Apinan. Went too early. Gives an opportunity for Batangas, but Keith Pido getting the steal. Enough time for Pasig City. 5 seconds remaining. Manalang gets it back. Warlo Batak. Tax Bindel lays it up and in to beat the buzzer.
Patience being awarded there. The young Warlo Batak making the right decision. Not going for the 3-point shot. He knew that he had it in him to be able to beat the clock by attacking the basket and still getting a high percentage shot. What a first half for Warlo Batak. What a first half for Pasig City.
just when you thought they were already dead in the water. Pasig City comes roaring back. And those two guys, the catalyst in this one. Warlo Batak, 17 points. 66.7% shooting from the field. Doing it everything. And for Rocky Asidre, his calling card has been the three-point shot. 5 of 6 three-pointers for a total of 16 points. 33 points total for these two gentlemen. And at the half, Pasig City on top of Batangas City by 6, 52-46.
Is annihilating Oscar De Loyas. That is the most spectacular one-punch shot of Manny Pacquiao's incredible career. And he fights his way off and goes down again. Straight left lands for Manny. Does he have Cotto in trouble? Manny Pacquiao is a storm. Another huge left hand by Pacquiao. Punch after punch after punch. And he finds the straight left hand. And there's the punching bell. Look at the brilliant accuracy of Manny Pacquiao. Landing with both right and left hands. This is why we use the word sensation.
Back at the San Andres Sports Complex for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Mika Abesamis, and right now I am joined by Sir Gilbert Alea, the assistant team manager of the Batangas Tanduay Masters. Magandang gabi, sir. Obviously, Pasig giving you guys a really good challenge for this game. Sabi nga ni Coach Cholo kanina, pag nakuha nila yung rhythm nila, delikado. Sir, how do you think this should be addressed in the second half?
Well, we started strong. They catch up. Stick to the game plan lang sa akin. I know this team very well. Siguro sa third quarter mag-adjust sila at they will stick to the game plan, Coach Cholo.
Maraming salamat, Sir Gilbert. Meron po ba kayong mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
I'd like to greet our newly elected mayor, the LGU partner of Batangas Masters, Mayor-elect Marvin Marino, our Congressman-elect Beverly Dimacuha, yung mga fans ng Batangas City na laging nasuporta sa amin kahit nandun sila. Siyempre, yung mga nasa TV ng mga taga-Batangas, yung mga supporters, kay Sir Olan Marino, sa aking wife, kay Dr. Rose Alea, sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Kapit lang, I firmly believe na kaya natin ito, mananalo tayo.
Maraming salamat, Sir Gilbert, and I like the positivity from the Batangas fans. Once again, Sir Gilbert Alea of the Batangas Tanduay Masters. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Right now, it seems like every extra possession is going to the side of Pangasinan, and they convert. The Heat Waves up by 11, and this has been a collective effort.
On the second chance opportunity, an off-ball movement. Hockey assist by Gabo, who got the offensive rebound. Direct assist for Talio to Flores. 11-point lead.
Only fitting that he leads this team in the MPBL. Comboy on the run. Adlawan. Oh, access denied!
Oh, wow! Oh my goodness.
Cebu Classic defense on point.
What a way to swat that shot away.
Couple of layups para kay Eman Calo. Thought it was a goaltend there. Lastimosa with a tough drive.
Sometimes you got players na talagang mas gusto pa yung may bunggo. And si Carlo ang isa na doon. It's been pretty much the rebounding action, allowing for second chance opportunities.
63-68, baseline inbound for Basilan. Cabagnol from the corner. big shot from the crunch man. It's a 2-point game. Anxious moments here for Binyan, but what a play from Coach Rich Alvarez to free up the crunch man for the corner 3.
Well, you gotta credit Eman Calo for that perfect pass. Just on that catch and shoot motion for Alex Cabagnot. They've had, what, 5 in succession ba? Kasi si Val Chao nakaisa rin kanina.
Oh, Jeff Comia, binitbit muna ang bola bago tinapos sa kabila. What a move from Jeff Comia.
2 points yun, pero mukhang 3 points sa effort eh, no? Grabe yung finish na yun ni Jeff Comia. Just a master in dribble penetrations.
Wow. Taking the lead here, 42-40, under a minute to play. Wamar against Macaloni now. Wamar is ahead. Wamar floats. What a shot.
Now they go for the switch. Malaking yung big man ang kumuha, no? Kay Orlan Wamar was able to beat Macaloni. But how about that
That's Steph
finger roll?
Curry-esque.
Montuano, balik kay Robbie Manalang. 8 seconds sa kanilang shot clock. Robbie trying to turn the corner. Forces up a free. Oh, banks it in! Robbie Manalang under the rest. Able to will that one through.
My goodness. I was gonna say, nasa isip ko na rin yung sasabihin ko. I was gonna say, what a terrible take by Robbie Manalang. Answered the call the past few games, including this one. Tampos gets ahead. Tampos hangs in the air and gets the bucket. The hoop and the harm para kay Boom Boom Tampos.
Oh my goodness, Javi. The elevation, the finish through contact.
Defying the laws of physics, Boom Boom Tampos featured in our play of the game, brought to you by 1xBet. I will absolutely feel more game if I see more shots like that from Boom Boom Tampos.
San Juan unable to capitalize on that steal. Pero here comes Nueva Ecija. The spin cycle and the finish. The former MVP, JC Marcelino. You know what? This is too big of a game for JC Marcelino not to make an impact.
Because we heard the oohs and ahs even before the shot. Doon sa spin move pa lang, narinig mo na sa crowd.
Only have one timeout here in overtime. Wala nang timeout ng Pasig. Garcia having trouble. Gets it to Lester Reyes. Robbie Manalang attacks. Kick out pass. Jaime against 2 defenders. Getting that shot up and in. 23 points for Papa Cheats.
He has defied the defense numerous times in this game. Tough shot after tough shot. I thought Manalang would have been better off here trying to go inside into the basket, trying to sneak his way past that help defender. I thought he could have scooped a shot in on that left side, but still giving it to that deep corner kay Chito Jaime.
At the half, Pasig City with a 6-point lead against Batangas City Tanduay Rom Masters 52-46. And Batangas had a strong start to this one, 28-11. Their biggest lead at 17 points. In Javi, itong Pasig had trouble even crossing the half-court line in that first 10 minutes of game action. But boy, come the second quarter, the frees have fallen with Warlo Batak and Rocky Cedar combining forces for the comeback.
Strategically, I think coming into this game, I don't think Coach Aldrin Morante was ready for that early pressure defense. Maybe he knew that at some point it would come into the game, but maybe with the game plan that they had coming into that first quarter, it wasn't something that they really prepared themselves for. So when they were able to make adjustments, when some personnel came in, particularly Asidre and Warlo Batak, Pasig City came to life in that second quarter. They let Batangas score 31 points in the first quarter, Ken, but they answered back with 36 points of their own in the second period. 7 threes for Pasig City. I think most of them came in that second quarter, and also most of them came from Rocky Asidre.
And the key stat here is Pasig City has a total of 8 turnovers. All of them came in quarter number
Correct.
1.
After that, it was all good care of the basketball each possession para sa Pasig City. It was either a miss, or actually it's just a miss or a stop para sa Batangas City. Yun yung nangyari sa second quarter.
And Mark Montuano opened him up the scoring here in the third with a layup, 54-46. Guys in white with an 8-point lead. Hernandez answers with a long two-pointer.
Well, ito na lang talaga yung medyo tinik sa Pasig City ngayon, si Levy Hernandez. You know, despite the hot shooting of Pasig City, everyone else has relatively died down here in terms of generating offense. Not Levy Hernandez though for the Rum Masters.
Montuano in the paint. No foul. Ball will stay with Pasig City. 3 seconds on the shot clock here. Oh, the reverse. Oh,
Oh!
Batak blows the layup.
That was the easiest shot of the game para sa kanya. Ooh.
But making up for it by forcing Levy Hernandez into a turnover. Eight minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the third. Robbie Manalang dancing, firing, and scoring.
In my opinion, Robbie Manalang is a much better shooter off the bounce than in a catch-and-shoot situation. You see how he got his rhythm from those between-the-leg dribbles, trying to dance with Mark Cruz.
Sa poste, Hernandez, hook shot works. Hernandez now with 22 points.
Batak's been trying to play him uptight and close, but Levy Hernandez just finding ways still to score that basketball.
Manalang, no good. Apinan gets the board, grabs and goes, going to Levy Hernandez. 6 straight points for Levy Hernandez in this quarter. We'll have to check the last shot. Actually, the outside shot to begin the third earlier for Levy, if it was a 2 or a 3. But right now, the score is 57-53. Apinan with a running start, going right at Warlo. Batak rejected, but Art Oliva there for the stick back.
Trailing the play, hustling for that loose ball, outnumbering Pasig City on that fast break.
Keith Pido dribbles left, passes to Warlo. Batak, ooh, hard fall as Jexer Apinan went for the block. Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig, free installation for split type air conditioners.
I think there was a mistake in coverage defensively, and that's why Coach Cholo Villanueva is not very happy about what happened. That was a last-ditch effort by Jexer Apinan to stop that basket by Warlo Batak, but I think it was only Arim who really was at fault for that. That's why Batak was wide open going to the baseline.
57-55 is our current score. Warlo Batak, his second free throw. A miss. So Batangas has a chance to tie or take the lead. Levy Hernandez. Immediate foul by Robbie Manalang. Six minutes and 44 seconds to go here. Arim to trigger it in from the sideline. Mark Cruz to Apinan. At the post, Hernandez doing work, and he has taken over here in the third.
Unstoppable right now, ito si Levy Hernandez, and he's doing it in a very efficient manner at that.
Shot from the corner from Mark Montuano. Pasig City still in the driver's seat. Apinan. Back to Levy. Long three-pointer. Can't get it to go. Mark Cruz swoops in for the putback.
Oh, naiwan sa labas si Mark Montuano. No body on Mark Cruz.
4 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Chito Jaime, high arcing free, knocks that one down.
But you gotta wait and see what Chito Jaime can do more here para sa Pasig City. Can't let them get Chito Jaime going.
Levy Hernandez has poured it on here in quarter number 3. 10 of his 28 points here in the third period.
This just actually might be Levy's best game of the season.
Bola babalik sa Batangas City. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Clear mismatch on the block, and that's why Coach Solo loves to have Levy at that 2 spot, especially here against Pasig, because he knows that he's going to have a lot of mismatches.
Hernandez using his size over Robbie Manalang. Flat on that shot. Unila Rim lost steam on his putback attempt. Rocky Asidre, too strong. Rim grabs the rebound para dito sa Batangas. Mark Cruz, fadeaway jumper, doesn't get the roll. Asidre grabs the board para dito sa Pasig. Robbie Manalang, back to Keith Pido. Free guard setup para dito sa Pasig. Chito Jaime bumped, puts it up. Smart play by the veteran, getting himself to the free throw line. By the way, previous season high of Levy Hernandez was 28 points in their game against the Pasay Voyagers.
The way that he's shooting the basketball tonight, he's for sure going to surpass that already at that number.
Chito Jaime though, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists versus Parañaque. In fact, in his last 2 games, averaging 21 points after having 23 against Bataan. But missing on the second free throw. Ball will go back to the Rum Masters.
Free throws quite a problem for Pasig City here in the third quarter. Warlo Batak also missed a few before trooping back to the bench. And these are the small things that Pasig City needs to still capitalize on. They can't take their chances against also this veteran team like Batangas.
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Now Hernandez has a chance to eclipse his season high.
Levy's just running circles around this Pasig City defense. Doesn't matter what defense Pasig City plays them with, whether it's a man or a zone, Levy has been put in spots where he can dominate.
We have a challenge here by Pasig City on that last foul called. And we'll pause for a break. We'll return for the result.
The challenge made by Pasig City is successful. There was no foul.
Successful challenge by Coach Aldrin Morante.
There's the blow by Levy. And then he tries to challenge the defense of Lester Tamayo. Really more of marginal contact.
Bonachea puts it on the deck. Short stab does not work. Tapikan ng bola. Napunta kay Robbie Manalang. Forward pass, Keith Pido to Rocky Asidre. Ball ends up again with Robbie Manalang. They reset their offense. Asidre, same spot, different result, a miss. Oliva will set the table for Batangas City, down by 3 points. Don Ochea took that free and foul called on Pasig City.
Surprisingly, Ochea taking that outside shot early in the shot clock at that. Pasig City has been really sticking to this zone here in the third quarter. Not a lot of shooters on the floor. And Coach Solo tries to bring in some outside shooting by fielding in Jong Baloria, who hasn't really been much of a factor in this game.
Inside, John Ambuluto bruising his way to the cup.
The thing that Pasig City wants to avoid is stuff like that when it's going inside, because the interior defense of Pasig City can't really hold down the interior presence of Batangas City's bigs like John Ambuluto. They want to take care of their fouls because they don't have a lot of bigs to contend with.
Medyo mataas yung pasa pa kay Robbie Manalang, but he recovers, speaks at the clock. Still enough time, 9 seconds on their shot clock. Tamayo going right at John Ambulunto, ball off the leg of Ambo, but 3.6 seconds na lang sa shot clock ng Pasig City.
What's remarkable, Ken, is Pasig City up to this point hasn't committed any turnover from the second quarter till now.
Chito Jaime can't get it to fall. Oliva. Now the chance to take the lead once again para dito sa Round Masters. Ochea wide open. That one rattles out. At bola, saan mapupunta? No, it's a jump ball. Pointing now to Pasig City, the possession arrow. Two minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. In comes Philip Panyamogan. First appearance for the former JRU Heavy Bomber.
Panyamogan hasn't been seeing a lot of action lately.
Manalang, release pass to Tamayo. Nilabas, papunta kay Rocky Asidre. Binabantayan maigi ni Jong Baloria. Titingin si Batak sa shot clock. Bebuelo, pupukol ng dress. Left it short.
Oh, libreng-libre na sana si Chito Jaime. Down that baseline, di lang nakita agad ni Lester Tamayo.
Panyamogan immediately jacks up a free. Asidre, dangerous pass. Manalang. Now to Chito Jaime. Back to Robbie Manalang. In front is Philip Panyamogan. But Manalang decides to uncork a 3-point shot. Long rebound ends up with Rocky Asidre. Back to Manalang. Chito Jaime. His three-pointer does not work. Ambuluto trying to speed it up. And his progress impeded by Rocky Asidre. They will check it if this meets the criteria for an unsportsmanlike foul.
I don't think it should be.
Yeah. It was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Pasig City, 9 out of 27 from beyond the arc. More than half of their attempts coming from that area. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL.
This to me is questionable though. I thought it was indeed a foul. It was a blocking foul. But I thought it wasn't in the act of shooting.
Kung layo eh.
No way Ambuluto would have tried to attempt it from that far away.
I guess the argument was pag-gather na siguro. Pero layo, no?
The only reason why he did gather is because nandun na nga sa harap niya si Rocky Isidre. He had no choice. He had to do something of that nature one way or another.
Balik ang lamang sa Rom Masters, 64-63. Both teams coming off back-to-back victories. Foul called on Batangas. Coach Cholo is livid on the sideline. He wants a challenge. He did not waste any time. He went right at the table officials and immediately requested to review this one. Coach Cholo Villanueva using another coach's challenge here. We'll pause for a break. We'll return after the short break.
The challenge of Batangas City was unsuccessful. Foul
Cholo
committed by
shaking his
John
head.
Ambuluto is first.
An unsuccessful challenge. Tamayo made his move.
Ooh, that is something that also is very questionable to me.
That's why Coach Cholo is befuddled at the sidelines right now. Actually, tinanggap na niya nung una eh. Tapos nung nakita niya ulit, may reaction siya. Orlo Batak inside. Tamayo. Foul na naman laban kay Ambo.
That's definitely a foul. Step too late in trying to close down that baseline.
14th foul on the Rum Masters. 56.5 seconds to go here in the third. The cut. But that pass was stolen by the Rum Masters. Ambuluto streaking down the lane and the layup goes. Batangas now with a 3-point advantage. Manalaw. Tamayo readjusts his screen. Rocky Isidre buries the dribble.
That's his first conversion here in the third quarter after the smoking hot second period.
Isidre with 19. Entry pass, Ambuluto. Pasig City not yet over the limit. Tamayo the foul. The assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Inbound from the baseline. Panyamogan tied ball game at 66. Valoria under the rest. Overcooks the 3. Ochea momentarily open. Draws closer. Tamayo and Ambuludto getting entangled. Things heating up here in the third.
Well, that commotion certainly prevented Pasig City from getting a body on Don Ochea. That's why he was free to get that loose ball. Ooh, that looked like it was clean.
Oo, di nila na-review. Still had an available challenge.
Coach Aldrin trying to save it for the latter part of this game. You know, in a tight ball game like this, it's always nice to have that in your pocket, especially in the crucial moments.
Ochea to give them back the lead. Former Adamson Falcon. This free throw atid sa atin ng Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Coming up empty on that trip. Ochea and Warlo Batak wrestling for the basketball. Possession arrow pointing to Pasig City after that jump ball situation. No one in the building, at least on the court right now, is happy with what has transpired. Ooh! Kasi kanina nga, may jump ball din.
Ayun na nga eh. Kaya nagtaka rin ako eh.
Oo.
That's the right call.
Mark Montuano, papalitan muna si Warlo Batak. 11.2 seconds to go here in the third. Ambuluto, nakanakaw, nasupalpal ni Gito Jaime. 9.6. Ochea, the reigning defensive player of the year, buries a free. Asidre, it will stay with Pasig City. Panyamogan is having some sort of exchange with Rocky Asidre right now. 0.8 to go. Both teams over the limit. Catch and shoot or a lob. Jaime puts it up. Way off the mark. And the third quarter comes to a close. And the intensity picking up here late in quarter number 3. Levy Hernandez, 10 points here in this quarter. A total of 28, matching his season high. And boy, his production was desperately needed in that fight back by Batangas. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Just like in the first quarter when Batangas City was able to get to a strong start, he set the tone once again for his squad, and in turn the rest of the guys followed. When he went back to the bench, Ambuluto, Ochea, these guys carried the torch and helped Batangas regain the lead heading into the final frame.
69-66, the Rum Masters ahead over Pasig City. Check out this Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. And we have an intense back and forth between Pasig City and Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters. Let's go courtside to Mika Besamis.
Sabi ni Coach Aldrin Morante, I love being thought of as underdogs. It wakes up his every nerve. Sabi niya, alam ko solid ang shooters ng Batangas, kaya I also challenged mine to keep up. Guess who was walking out of the dugout as we were talking? Rocky Asidre. Sabi ni Coach, ayan, isa yan, abangan mo yan. Contrary to the events in the first half, Rocky Asidre and Levy Hernandez are best buds of the court. Sila daw talaga ang buddy-buddy sa dorm pa lang sa Arellano as roommates. Sabi ni Levy, naku, close talaga kami niyan, lalo na nung marami pa siyang buhok. siya daw ang legit shooter ng mga panahon na yon, habang si Levy naman daw ay defender lang. Sabi naman ni Rocky, maniwala ka dyan, basta ako shooter lang. Siya sharp shooter, kaya lang masyado siyang sharp, inaaway niya ako ngayon. Ken and Javi.
Sabi ko naman sa'yo, basta sa court, wala munang kaibigan, wala munang dating kakampi. But you know, these two guys, both professional scorers, they have come a long way. Their humble beginnings with Arellano. I remember that squad, Javi. I think si Andrian Silada was also part of that crew.
Correct.
As you see Robbie Manalang with a long two-pointer, cutting the lead down to 3 points.
That was quite the squad that they had. Kaya lang, yung ibang teams rin sa NCAA at that time, Baste had the Pinatubo trio. Beda was such a strong squad also. Perpetual, I think at that time, also was a strong team. Here, Pasig City, you know, despite not being one of the strongest squads in the MPBL, their sheer grit and determination, their pride on the court has kept them in step with one of the contenders in the South.
I think yun yung mga first few years nila in the NCAA. And they also had, back then, Gio Syracuse.
Oh yeah.
72-68. Manalang this time from free. No good. Natapik. It ends up with Montuano. Keith Pido. This is within his range and money on that shot.
Did it settle for the outside jumper? Took one step in. Pido made sure he has a higher percentage from that area.
72-70. Panyamogan. Pull up. Short. Long rebound. Tracked down by Chito Jaime. Pido almost lost it on the sideline. Manalang will reset whatever they have on the table. Manalang floats one up. No good. Panyamogan will slow things down for Batangas. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. By the way, Batangas City playing without Seda Blaza today. He is in street clothes. We have a push kontra ay Mark Montuano. Someone's gonna be warned here. Yep.
For unsportsmanlike
Mark
behavior.
Montuano warned for unsportsmanlike behavior after arguing with our officials. Importante nilabas papunta kay Jong Baloria who can't hit the three. Bola natapik. Chito Jaime. Gusto nang abutin ni Ambo yung bola.
Now props to Chito Jaime also for not retaliating himself.
Yeah. Recognizing the situation here. And he dove. He was trying to reach for the ball. Yeah. Two-point lead. Pasig to tie or take the lead. Manalang goes to Warlo Batak. That ball ends up with Philip Panyamogan. Chito Jaime gets the steal. Keith Pino, fade away, no. Ambulunto, the rebound. Valoria spins inside for the deuce.
Keeping it simple there, Jong Baloria on the break, going middle, shifting it back to his strong hand for the spin move and finish.
74-70, 4-point lead for Batangas. Robbie Manalang, the switch, Ambuluto trying to keep in step. Chito Jaime. And you know, despite the intensity and how tightly this game has been contested, we've only had 2 lead changes and 2 deadlocks. But here, look at the spin move. The drop step by Jong Baloria. 2.5 seconds sa shot clock ng Pasig. Quick catch and shoot. Jaime short. Another rebound by Ambuluto.
Chito's not had a lot of power in his shots these past few attempts. Might be a little tired or fatigued.
Yeah. So far, 3 out of 12. Montuano, Ambuluto. Cooler heads prevail. But Mark Montuano, though, is still trying to go at John Ambuluto. Those two guys, probably a combined 500 pounds easily. Jockeying for position. Oop.
Yeah, those were a couple of hits. They've been going at it the entire game. There's definitely going to be an unsportsmanlike call here.
Those two certainly not known to back down from any skirmish. Coach Buddy and Hernandez is now up. This has some type of a playoff feel, the way these two
Actually.
squads have been playing hard, breathing down on each other's necks.
And they're not even in the same division.
Yeah. And, you know, just to recap our viewers, especially for just those who are tuning in, as first we would like to inform you, a special deal from OneXBet, scan a QR code and claim your special offer. Kanina, sobrang iba yung tema because Batangas, that intensity that they had, as of course, ang ating boss nandito pala, seryoso. Jose Del Tupas in the house.
In attendance pala eh.
Kayo yung flying kiss na yun? Kay Ton?
Kay Ton.
Sa'yo?
Kay Ton.
Pero yun nga 28-11, Batangas was up by 17. Hirap na hirap makatawid sa half court itong Pasig City. They gave up 8 turnovers in the first quarter alone. But come the second quarter, the freeze began to fall for Tropang Pasig and they were able to lead at the half by 6 points. And to this juncture, Javi, itong Pasig only has 9 turnovers total. And they have taken care of the ball ever since. But Batangas, as expected, came roaring back. That big third quarter by Levi Hernandez, who had 10 of his 28 points. And then pagdating ng fourth, medyo palitan lang tayo. Com KD is looking intently, standing here as Jay Gars, also not in uniform for Pasig City, as well as Seda Blaza.
It's really been a crazy whirlwind of a game for both of these squads, but you gotta give both of them credit because wala talagang gusto magpatalo dito. If the review has gone on for a while, it's because our referees are making sure that they give the appropriate sanctions to everybody who was involved in the fracas. It's not just Montuano and Ambuluto, but there were some guys who went into the court. So, yan ang kailangan pagdesisyon ng ating mga referees and they have to be careful about it.
Coach Cholo is also standing, looking at our technical officials' direction here. Because this is a big call.
Exactly. With just 6 minutes left in the game, this could decide what could be the outcome of this match. They're saying that it shouldn't take long yung Batangas dahil may tama nga sa ulo. Pero ang feeling ko talaga it's taking a while because our referees are making sure that everybody involved, lahat ng mga pumasok, lahat ng mga nakasama dun sa gulo, mabibigyan ng either at least a warning.
All right, Michael Kinay, our game official, is now with our game announcer, Richard Tampos. So Richard is jotting down yung mga matatawagan dito. It was Montuano and John Ambuluto at the center of
It's
that
a double foul
collision.
between number 10 of Pasig City, Mark Montuano, and number 26, John Ambuluto. Disqualifying foul on number 10, Mark Montuano. Mark Montuano is out of the playing court. Technical foul on Batangas City head coach Cholo Villanueva for entering the court.
Okay, let's break it down. So, a double foul first on those two guys, Mark Montuano and John Amboluto. And then, also a disqualifying foul on Mark Montuano, which I assume was the hit on the head. And then Coach Cholo was teed up. Technical foul on Coach Cholo for entering the court.
Yep, so it's gonna be a free throw for Pasig and then 2 free throws ball possession to Batangas City because of the disqualifying foul.
So nauna yung collision. But then, after the whistle, I think Mark Montuano began swinging his arm and in the process hit the head of John Amboluto, which resulted to that disqualifying foul.
Yeah, it was not just the head. Mayroon rin tama sa baba eh.
O yun, isa pa yun. And now, the coaching staff of Pasig City is pretty heated on the sideline. They're asking for clarification with our game officials. So here, the technical free throw on that technical foul on Coach Cholo. And then 2 free throws plus ball possession for Batangas City after that disqualifying foul on Mark Montuano. Not sure what they're still trying to sort here.
No, I think they're trying to wait and see kung sino yung papasok para kay Mark Montuano.
Okay.
Pero ito na si Chito Jaime. Tumayo na and has taken the floor now for Pasig City. So just a short rest on the bench para sa kanya.
Rocky rolls that one through. Now Ambo with 2 shots. And they get the ball back. Hindi si Philip. Kala mo makakaisa ka.
Muntikan na rin si John Formento kanina.
Yun nga eh. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, kailangan lang ng pagkain nung kanina. Ambo, good on the first. John Amboluto so far has been 4 out of 6 at the line.
He's been solid in this game just like he was against Sarangani. He had 11 and 6 now, already with 13 points and 4 rebounds. But he has to be careful because he already has 4 personal fouls.
Now we resume action after that long lull. Panyamogan sends it to Jong Baloria. Drives right, kissing it off the glass and in.
The outside shot hasn't been working for him tonight. Ito si Jong Baloria. So he's decided the last few attempts that he's going to take it inside for a higher percentage look.
Foul given up by the Rum Masters. 7-point lead now for Batangas. Jong Baloria making his move to the basket. Keith Pido. Jaime pops out. Asidre puts up a free and puts it in.
His hot shooting has really helped Pasig City in this game. Weather a storm and keep the lead at a very manageable deficit. But Melissa naging sagot dito ng Batangas City. Importante, getting a free lane to the hoop. Not much ring protection, actually none at all para sa Pasig.
Chito Jaime fell down on the floor on that ensuing play. Ball will stay with Pasig. 8 seconds sa kanilang shot clock. Baseline inbound, Asidre. Kicks it out to Keith Pido. Asidre popping out. His free, way short. Past the halfway point of the fourth.
Oh, Batak's cramping up.
He's been playing really hard. Oh, a three-pointer by Jong Baloria finally. And Warlo Batak unfortunately cramping up. Pasig City now down by 9 points, 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Check out this transition 3. It was basically 5-on-4.
Yeah, that just left Pasig City in shambles defensively. They had to scramble to try and make up for the lack of numbers. And it enabled Valoria to move without the basketball and get it free. But Asiri had to do a better job there.
So pause for break. Batangas up by 9. Our LGR fan of the game, and of course brought to you again by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Pasig City down by 9 now. Robbie Manalang returns. Keith Pido. Laban kay Jong Valoria. Oh, that bounce pass too low for Rocky Asidre to catch.
They got to move on. Pasig City, there's still a lot of time. They need to stop.
Philip working against Rocky Asidre. Panyamogan steps back. 20-footer. Bucket.
A big bucket. And you know, it came after a turnover that's been very rare for Pasig City after the first quarter. That's only been their second turnover since the first period. And it had to come at this time, which enabled Panyamogan to have this opportunity to knock down that jumper.
Pasig City needs the timeout. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Batangas City seeking to pull away, and especially their next 2 games, mabigat. Nueva Ecija on May 31 in Abra, June 6 against Zamboanga Sikat, and on June 12 versus the Cebu Classic.
All those games very important for Batangas City.
So since that lull, at first the field goal shooting this quarter, Batangas 60%, 27.3% naman ang Pasig City. Before that make from beyond the arc, timely basket from Robbie Manalang.
They're still in this, Pasig City. It's an 8-point lead.
Batangas was in the midst of that 13-2 run before that basket, but Jong Valoria answers with another triple.
He was really struggling with his outside shot for majority of this game, but coming alive here in the fourth quarter, hitting big baskets as Pasig tried to threaten to come close.
88-77, Manalang goes to Keith Pido. 2 seconds remaining on their shot clock. Manalang can't bail them out. Foul called on Philip Panyamogan as Tamayo won that rebounding battle. They are in penalty, so Tamayo will head to the line.
Oh, that's the last foul to give.
Sorry. Last foul to give nga for Batangas. It's Pasig in penalty. Tamayo. Rivera is in. Chido Jaime. 4 seconds to go. Bank shot won't work. Under 3 minutes to go. And the Rum Masters will set up their offense. Valoria has come up huge here in the fourth. 2 big threes. And now Pasig is over the limit. Rivera went for that steal. Nonochea at the line. Reigning MPBL Defensive Player of the Year, Nonochea. Free throw shooting numbers from both squads. 11 of 16 na ang Batangas City after that make. .40 left. Nonochea. 2 for 2. Increasing their lead to 13 points. Batangas has outscored itong Pasig City 18-7. Chito Jaime misfiring. Now Manalang. 8 seconds on their shot clock. The switch, Amboluto trying to keep in front. Manalang steps back for free. It's good.
10-point lead, but you know, that's been a problem for Pasig City with the absence of Mark Motuano now at this point of the game. Instead of having somebody to rely on for high percentage looks on the block or in the post, you have to rely on your outside shooting, which is obviously the lower percentage one, while Batangas City has shot a higher clip, whether it's inside the paint, near the basket, or beyond the arc.
John Amboluto, 15 points, 5 rebounds, and the assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Total team effort for Batangas City in closing out this game. Different personalities pitching in at different times.
Pasig City with a timeout. They're down by 12, 92-80. Next 3 games on Pasig City on June 2 versus the Quezon City Galleries Taipan on June 6 against the Val City Magic. And on the 11th, they will square off against the Basilan Viva Port Masters. 1 minute and 48 seconds to go here in regulation. And Pasig City now find themselves down by 12 points. Coach Cholo Villanueva, he warned his boys about how the veterans of Pasig City could be dangerous. Robbie Manalang, 15 points, 13 assists. But they're just lacking firepower at this stage. Without Mark Montuano, Warlo Bata cramping up. Jay Gars not even in uniform. A valiant effort by the Tropang Pasig, but Batangas though, give them credit. They have withstood the storm here. Jerome Garcia. Alam din niya pag tinututukan siya ng camera. Yun naman yung nakita sa LED yan. Christian Rivera. Reduced minutes in this game. First one's good for Christian Rivera. Only 8 minutes. That's his first point.
Well, you know, the inspired play of Rocky Isidre in this game has really kept him glued to the bench. He usually plays more than Rocky in games. But they've needed more outside shooting rather than just pure playmaking.
Isidre could not believe the call because Philip Panyamogan was trapped in a corner.
See what happened here.
Pinakagalit nila kasi na-trap na siya dun eh. Panyamogan though could not get the first free throw. No credit Coach Cholo, that slight adjustment of putting in Philip Panyamogan here in the second half, and he was tasked not only to quarterback Javi but to guard etong si Rocky Isidre.
He's been big time. Performing his role to the hilt. Chipping in to help his team here establish this lead. Might be already comfortable enough for them to close out this game.
93-82, Batangas with an 11-point lead. Commissioner Kenneth Hernandez, Bosedel Tupas, Rui Distrito, and Emer Oreta. And tightly contested affair up until this point. Batangas though pulling up the stops. Pasig with a basketball. Possibly their last ditch effort. Manalang laban kay Oliva. Isidre, flyby, 3-point shot, no good. Tamayo tried to track it down. Ball will go back to Batangas, but they can review this under the last 2 minutes.
They got the shot that they wanted. Isidre was able to break free of his man with a shot fake, but was just unable to knock it down when it's been counted the most on.
Minute and 25 remaining here in the fourth. Quick review. Ball will go to Batangas City. Coming in, Valoria, Panyamogan, and also John Ambuluto. Coach Aldrin Morante. A valiant effort from his boys, but looks like they will fall down here. Importante to trigger. Ochea catching it from the unsung heroes of Batangas. Don Ochea also provided some moments. Those two big threes by Jong Valoria and the contributions of this guy, Philip Panyamogan and John Ambuluto. And they did it in the fourth quarter. Majority of that without Levi Hernandez on the floor.
Just so steady and using their experience to hold down this Pasig City team.
Tamayo, basket and one opportunity. 53.1 seconds remaining. It's the drive by Tamayo. Going right at Jexter Apinan. Tamayo has made his free throws. 85.7% for the season, but he misses. Chito Jaime gets it back. And he was fouled. Some life still for Pasig City.
All is not yet lost right now para sa Pasig. Jaime can make both his free throws. They can get Batangas City to commit a turnover quickly. And this could be still open for the white shirts to get back into.
Chito Jaime was named the MPBL Player of the Week. And they won those games. Bataan and Parañaque, they beat. Of two at the line.
Yeah, that's just not going to cut it. And, you know, of all people, Chito Jaime missing it down the stretch when it matters the most.
Just not his night today, Chito Jaime. Only 9 points. Did have 8 rebounds. Jaime. Bounce pass inside, Tamayo. Off the glass and in, but only 23.9 seconds remaining. Oliva. Cross half court. Ball will stay underside. 17.4 seconds to go. Papasok ulit si Christian Rivera for Pasig City for defensive purposes. And how about Batangas? You know, we mentioned at the top of the coverage, a lot of uncertainties coming in, and those were amped up with their slow start during the season. As Pasig gets the ball back, a steal, but only a second remaining. But boy, this Rom Masters staying resilient, staying true to their character. And they have racked up 3 straight victories. And they did this with Levi Hernandez on the bench in the fourth, no Senda Blaza. And they were able to hold on despite the hot shooting, especially in the first half by Pasig City from beyond the arc.
Nice to see that the test that they got in that second quarter, they were able to solve that by getting themselves poised in that third quarter and in the fourth period, particularly because of the presence of Philip Panyamogan. Big shots by Jong Baloria, Don Ochea also pitching in, but of course, the guy who was brilliant for them all game long, Sniper de Mexico, Levi Hernandez.
Best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Levi Hernandez matching his season high of 28 points. He did that in that win over the Pasay Voyagers in Ilagan City. Also had 28 in that contest. And this is our final score. 86 for Pasig City. Batangas City Tanduay Rom Masters improve their record as they win this one over Pasig. Let's go courtside to Mika Bisamis.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations, Levi. Unang-una gusto ko munang i-put out of the way. No? Credit syempre kay Ambo, kay Jong, kay Panyamogan, at saka kay Don sa game na to. Pero Levi, 28 points. Season high mo ngayong araw na to. Parang ginanahan ka lalo na nung ang kaharap mo ang dating tropa mo na si Rocky Asidre.
Yun nga, nakakasudi si Rocky. So, ginawa ko lang din yung game plan namin and then sinunod ko lang yung mga sinasabi sa akin ni Coach and naging mag-focus na ako sa game na to.
Levi, up and down, no? Yung situation ng Batangas, no? Parang roller coaster, nananalo, natatalo, sabi nga ni Coach Cholo. Pero magandang paghanda to sa confidence nyo dahil ang susunod yung kalaban ng Nueva Ecija.
Yun nga, kalaban namin Nueva. So, kailangan namin mag-double effort talaga. Hindi pwede mangyari yung second quarter namin na binigyan namin ng 36 points yung kalaban. So, kailangan kaya nung halftime, ginawa namin yung defense namin. In-apply lang namin and then yun na, buti nag-execute namin na maayos.
Maraming salamat, Levi. Meron ka bang mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Binabati ko pala yung misis ko, nanonood ngayon. Yung baby ko, si Kim, si Sia, mama at papa ko, mga kapatid ko, Hernandez family, Miranda family, mga tropa ko, si Pare Romel, nasa Taiwan, saka yung mga taga Batangas na pumunta dito para supportahan kami. Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Maraming salamat once again, Levi Hernandez. His best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Get and happy.
Maraming salamat, Mika. Congratulations to Batangas. And now tomorrow, we will be back at the brand new Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal. We start things off with Bulacan Cuyas going up against the Parañaque Patriots, followed by the Binyan Tatak Gel Beast Motorcycle Game X versus the Jensen Warriors. And to cap things off, Rizal Centro Mall Golden Coolers will defend their home court for the 5th time, going up against the One Bataan Risers. And that does it for our coverage for today on behalf of Javi Palanya and Mika Abisamis, and for our entire crew, ako po si Ken Pangilinan. Maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay sa Marliga Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.